Alright guys, what's up? Here to do Dragonar Academy episode 3 review. I apologize for missing last week's, but I'm just gonna go over that briefly in this week's review. I'm going to do my absolute best not to miss anymore because I really love this series. And I just got finished watching it, so most of the stuff is already in my head. Basically just to go over last week. Echo is born. She's a big tsundere. Purple hair, she even has the little baby horns on her head. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, those things are on her head are baby horns. Really soft to the touch too. But anyway, Echo's born, big tsundere. Ash is trying to get acquainted to her as his partner. He ends up naming her, and they're now connected through the astral flow, and they now share the same life force. That's basically all there is. That's basically all that there is to know for right now. In this episode, Milgauss makes his move on the city, and he summons a dragon, but not just any dragon. A dead dragon, a necromancer, or was it a necromancer? Either way, Milgauss is able to use necromancy and pretty much just summons a dead dragon to wreak havoc on the city. Excuse me. Ash, not really being able to do much, can only stand and help. Can only stand there and watch as Rebecca, who by the way is my favorite character right now. Out of the girls, out of the women, Rebecca is my top. Pretty much Rebecca's kicking ass. She's going head to head against this dead dragon, but every time she blows off a piece of its body, it just keeps on growing back. And its flesh is rotting, it's dropping off of the bone and everything. It looks kind of disgusting. Pretty much Rebecca can't really hold it off any longer, and the dragon kidnaps Echo. Hentai tentacles wrapping all around her. The usual edgy stuff. Ash asks Sylvia to ride Lancelot after he slaps her. And pretty much he's just trying to do whatever he can to save Echo. Meanwhile, while Echo is swallowed by the dragon, she is somehow able to enter the dragon's, or was it the High Dragon? The High Dragon's workshop, where dragons are able to create arcs for their masters. And it was mentioned earlier that arcs are pretty much, when you give your master an arc, you're pretty much giving that person yourself. And that would be pretty hard for Echo to do, seeming as how, I guess I would say how arrogant she is, how tough she is, well, how tough she acts. And because she's seen Ash try so hard, risking his entire life to try and get her back, she goes ahead and she makes the arc. Meanwhile, we see Navi. She makes her second appearance, and she's pretty much giving Echo the information she needs to make an arc. Because if you don't make it the right size, it could put the master's life in danger. In other words, Ash. It could put Ash's life in danger if Echo doesn't make it right. So Navi's there. She's saying, yeah, you're immature. I'm here to help you. Yada yada. I got his body measurements. Because, we all saw what happened in that first episode. So anyway, she gives Echo the body measurements, excuse me. And pretty much she makes it for Ash, and Ash just kicks ass. He's able to read the dragon's thoughts. And he hears the dragon's final wish of wanting to be killed, because the dragon had a master before, but was forcibly brought back from the dead. And it doesn't want that. It wants to be slaughtered right now. Ash, hearing his wish, he brings out a holy sword and completely destroys the dragon. With that, that's pretty much the entire episode right there. Other with Rebecca trying to convince Ash and Sylvia to join the council, at the end of the episode, they eventually end up doing so. And I just gotta say, I love Rebecca, man. She's like my favorite woman in this series right now. Oh, oh, I love Rebecca so much. She kind of reminds me. For some reason, she kind of reminds me of Erza, except, except she gives off a more regal air to her. So anyway, she's trying to use her sexual body to try and convince Ash to join the council. And we also see Anya at the beginning of the episode trying to check up on Ash. So, I mean, anyway, that's pretty much it. Next week's episode, I'm about to go crazy. Next week's episode is called Iron Blood Valkyrie. I have been waiting to see this because Sylvia's sister makes an appearance. And for those of y'all who don't know, Sylvia's older sister is so badass. Matter of fact, when I said Rebecca was my favorite, Sylvia's sister is number 1. Rebecca comes close at number 2. So anyway, that's it, guys. Next week's episode, Iron Blood Valkyrie. This is probably gonna be one of my favorite episodes because Sylvia's sister makes an appearance. Oh, so fucking awesome. Anyway, guys, catch y'all next week.